Welcome to KeepItReal Studios, the only channel on YouTube that keeps it real.
The Batman. I do love The Batman by Matt Reeves. It is such an amazing movie, and I really love the fact that they took their time to make this movie even longer just to tell the story more promptly. Just from how the scenes were shot, just to the acting choice, to the music, to the production, everything about that movie was truly like Batman come to life. And I do truly believe that is something we haven't really even seen in cinema. With Batman Part 2 scheduled to come out in 2026, I myself am very excited for it to come out. Robert Pattinson's Batman is such a unique Batman to me because we are experiencing him in his earlier years. You know, Batman was 2 years in when the first movie came out. So I really like this young, unexperienced Batman just patrolling through Gotham and getting the experiences as the movie goes on. So this is what I'm really excited for to see in the second movie, just Bruce Wayne progressing more into Batman. You know, it's going to be very interesting, and Robert Pattinson is doing an excellent job, and I do believe if he gets a couple more movies, he will be probably one of the best Batmans. I want to talk about who I believe should be the main villain of Batman Part 2. In Batman's Rogues Gallery, there are a bunch of amazing villains, you know, from the Joker to Scarecrow to Two-Face and many more. There's such amazing villains out there with their own unique stories and their own unique background, and just the psychological torments that they put Batman through on a daily basis is quite unique. But I want to focus on two main villains that I believe are truly underrated and kind of unappreciated at times. The first villain I'm gonna put on this list will have to be Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze is arguably the most underrated Batman villain out there. If you look at the story that Paul Dini created for him, it is such a unique story because it questions a person's morals. Because, you know, Mr. Freeze is just trying to save his wife Nora, but he's going through such crazy lengths, destroying Gotham, you know, going after Batman, all of that just to save his wife. From his point of view, he's not seen anything bad. And I believe this is going to be such a unique adaptation in the Batman Part 2 because I believe with this earlier kind of Batman, I feel like you want to empathize with Mr. Freeze, you know, because Batman himself with his parents, his own tragedy, he was going to want to relate to Mr. Freeze, you know, probably try to help him save his wife Nora because he's Bruce Wayne, he's very rich, he's very wealthy. So I feel like that would be such an interesting element that we would need to see in Batman Part 2. That's why I feel like Mr. Freeze would be such a good villain to have there. The second villain I would love to see in this Batman adaptation would be Bane. When you're thinking about Bane, a lot of people just tend to think about him taking his venom, you know, him going bigger, stronger, and everyone just thinks he's just a strong, kind of like a hulking, juggernaut kind of character. But that is who Bane is far from. And also, if you look into just the Dark Knight Rises movies and everything, Bane, you know, he's not really what Bane is in the comics. You know, a lot of people tend to think about that Bane too as well. Don't get me wrong, that is a good Bane. I do love the movies too as well, but that's not who really Bane is in the comic. He's a lot more different. I do appreciate what they did in the movies because I do believe they got his intellectual part right, because Bane is such a smart character, man. He even rivals Batman's at times in the comics multiple times. Bane is such a unique character with so much levels to him, and a lot of people just also know Bane as the one who broke Batman's back, and I would love to see that come in live action. That's probably one of the best things to come out of that whole movie. So I think it would just be a unique element in having the second Batman movie, because I just feel like just their clash of their intellectuals and just the strength of Bane and the venom and just Batman still being like inexperienced, it would be such a good character to have come in the Batman movie Part 2. In conclusion, Mr. Freeze and Bane are two of my favorite Batman villains of all time. I really love their backstories, and I really love how they just interact with Batman on a basis, and they always manage to get one-ups on him too as well. They're very interesting characters. They're very flawed but very smart, and there's moments where you can actually kind of relate to them, especially in the sense of Mr. Freeze, you know, with his story just being so tragic. And just with Bane, you know, it's just that big muscly guy that broke Batman's back. Just his introduction has just been iconic in the Batman comics. So I would love to see this portrayal of Mr. Freeze and Bane just being brought to live action, and I believe Matt Reeves' Batman is the perfect Batman to kind of bring them to life. I would love to just see how they interact in that world. Overall, those are just some of my thoughts and opinions. Please comment down below. Do you agree with my video? Would you like to see Mr. Freeze and Bane in Matt Reeves' Batman, or would you like to see other characters? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to keep it real.